And that really was the journey that you guided us through, Lisa. I really appreciate you bringing that story to the club with your speech. You broke up your speech into three phases, the body of it, where you talked to us about the search, the look, and the anticipation, the repairs, getting that boat ready, and then that first launch, getting it going. And in the process, you used wonderful humor. You had this idea of how you got the name for your new sailboat, the Kosher Cannoli, and then poor Zeke, who now everybody knows that he can not only not swim, but he doesn't float. And in the story, you build up a lot of tension as you sailed through that storm, and you really used your voice in a very effective way. You brought up the pace. You actually, I started feeling nervous along with you as you were retelling this story. And then after the calm of the storm, what happened next, that was the real horror. As you brought your sailboat back in with a crash, and you used your voice again very effectively. You had this tension of the storm as you were riding out the storm in your boat and sailing through, and then you very methodically told us what was going on, and then seeing your husband land along with the boat, you know, a bleeding heave of Zeke. It's like, poor guy. Very effective. Things that I would encourage you to work on is your use of space, nervous pacing. You were over here, and then you were telling us about Zeke, and you walked over to Zeke. You didn't have to do that. You just point to Zeke, and he was here. Also, your use of eyes at the beginning until you got your sea legs. You were kind of nervously searching around the room until you fell into your pace with your speech, and then you started doing what we encourage people to do, actually looking at people, finishing a thought, and then moving on to the next thought and the next set of eyes. And then your voice, very effective, and I know this is something that you wanted to focus on, but there are times where you could have been a little slower and actually given us room to listen to your story and use the pacing of your voice, pacing of how you told the story to really draw us in a little further, and use that as an effective tool in storytelling as well. So in the end, build anticipation, use great sense of humor, and you really built a great story to tell us all. And I can't wait for your next speech. Thank you.